Hello again. So another collection update, though this time on books. So as you can see, a lot of fucking books on this bookshelf, and I'm adding another few onto the bookshelf. So yeah, once again, I don't know how often I'll be doing these, but whenever I do feel there's an opportune moment to it, I will let you guys know on what new books I've added to my collection. So once again, I was in Vancouver, and there were two bookshops that were absolutely fucking gorgeous. I loved every second of it. The first bookstore I was at was called the Paper Hound Bookstore, right in downtown Vancouver. Wonderful place. So the first book I got was the Moonstone by Wilkie Collins. I actually have another copy of this book back there, but I like these old school editions. I find they're beautiful, and I found this like cute doggy bookmark in there that even has this like doggy ear in there. Really cute. I didn't expect that actually. In any case, I prefer these like old editions of books. I find them very charismatic and filled with history. But in any case, more on the actual book itself. So Wilkie Collins is known for at least two books in particular that I'm aware of: The Moonstone and The Woman in White, which are easily, not easily, they may be very well the first detective novels of all time. I mean, The Moonstone is from the year 1868. So yeah, this is old school shit, classic stuff. More classic stuff: William Faulkner, Absalom, Absalom. I have no idea what this book is about, but I mean, I've already read William Faulkner a bit, and I thought he was a incredibly interesting author, and I definitely need more time with him, and I need to read more of his works. And I've heard so much about this book in particular, so I'm eager to sink my teeth in it. God knows when I'll do it, but there it is. So yeah, as I bought these two books, I was thinking to myself like, okay, that's it, that's enough books I'm getting for myself. But then I stumbled across the nonfiction section, and well, I just couldn't leave without them. So I got two books from Friedrich Nietzsche. The first one on the genealogy of morals. The next one, Ecce Homo. So this one in particular is interesting because it was written in 1888, before his death in 1900, in the year 1900, so 1900, but it wasn't published until 1808. So I've heard about this book. I don't know much about it, but I mean, I usually go into these kind of books that I like. I hear about it. My ninja intuition just guides me to them, and like, okay, there's something interesting to be extracted and learned from here. So once again, God knows when I'll get around to it, but eventually I will. And the final book I got in this bookstore was another nonfiction by Soren Kierkegaard, Fear and Trembling. So I know this author from, or this philosopher, poet, social critic, by reputation. I don't know much about his works, just by word of mouth and listening to people who talk about religion, politics, literature, so on and so forth. So I'm curious to one day read this. I don't know when I'll get around to it. So that was enough for the Paper Hound bookstore. And just across the street, there's another brilliant fucking bookshop called McLeod's Books. It was such a chaotic experience, but I thought it was beautiful. I embraced the chaos. I could have spent like a whole day just looking through it, but you know what? I found two books that I'm very happy I did. The first one, a classic by John le Carré, Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. So for those who don't know, John le Carré is a famous spy novelist. Definitely one of the most renowned spy novelists. Like I put him up there with Ian Fleming in the James Bond novels, as well as what's his face, Robert Ludlum with the Jason Bourne series. This guy's definitely one to read if you're into that kind of genre. And I did see the movie Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with Gary Oldman a few years ago, but honestly, I don't feel like I was in the right mindset. So I'm curious to read the book again, or read the book for the first time rather, and then rewatch the movie with a fresh pair of eyes. And for the last book that I got at this bookshop, Idoru by William Gibson. So another trilogy from William Gibson that I've completed, and I'm definitely curious to embark onto this journey, because if it's anything like was the Sprawl trilogies, so for those who don't know, the Sprawl trilogy, that's Neuromancer. I mean, just start with Neuromancer. That book is a fucking trip. It's a relatively small book, but it's so potent. Like I'm gonna need to read it like 3 or 4 times for it to fully sink in is just such a mind fuck. I think William Gibson is the one most gifted creative writers of all time. Um, that one book on its own is enough to just torpedo your brain with creativity. Holy shit. So yeah, I'm super stoked that I got this book in my collection. And yeah, I'm gonna need to find a way to organize them in the bookshelf, or rather in the somewhere in there. um it's getting kind of hard now, but where there's a will, there's a way. Have a good one. Until next time.